What is up, guys? Welcome back to another LGN video. It has been a hot minute since we filmed, but we actually have a kind of interesting video today. A little different than what we normally do, which we always say that because who knows what we're doing anymore. But this video is actually going to be just a list of games I've completed this year because I had a little bit of a competition, if you could call it that, with my brothers to see like who could complete the most games, but I like doubled them. So there's like 40 something games here, I think. If possible, Nathan will put up like a list somewhere so you could like go through and look at them. A couple of the games were digital or we don't have anymore, but mostly we have everything physical. Nathan's like holding them all here, and we're gonna split it up into tiers. So first we're gonna go through the games that I think that you should maybe avoid, or it's set for a specific audience. The games that I thought were okay, and then the games that I loved this year. So yeah, these are all games I've only completed this year, so it's gonna look kind of crazy. But with that said, let's get right into it. So the first is gonna be our small stack of games. Hey, spoilers. Of games that I wasn't fond of. So please don't bash me in the comments. So first we're gonna go ahead and go with Accounting plus VR. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on each one. This is basically a VR game set like Rick and Morty. It's very short, so it's really not worth the price to pay for it. I think it was like $25 or something. And then next this is gonna give me some hate. Halo Reach. Personally, I really like this game, but it's only for nostalgia reasons. Otherwise, like compared to other games, it's not the best, so really only play it if you're into the Halo series. Halo ODST. Same reasons. I love Nathan Fillion, he's the main character. Therefore, I do enjoy this game, but it has to go in the low tier list because story-wise, it's still not that great. Then we got the Master Chief Collection, and the only reason it's here is because of Halo 1 and 2. They are garbage. You can fight me. Out of any Halo games, 1 and 2 are not good. Avoid them. Halo 3 though. Halo 3 is pretty good. Then we got DMC. What were you thinking? And Control. This game was even like set up for Game of the Year, I think.
Yeah, like last year.
Yeah, this game was full of bugs. The story was whack, and it had like all kinds of like little side things you could pick up to read that were so confusing to read because it was like legit law terminology. So like all in all, it was too buggy, and I feel like the story could have been better.
And I'm just gonna add one thing. I didn't play Control, but it was funny because we have a PS4 Pro, and I could hear it taking off like a helicopter every time Elijah had a load screen for this game, and I'm like, I've never seen it really do that with any other game other than that one.
One other thing about this one, if you die, you wait like 10 to 15 minutes to freaking come back. So there's actually Lumo and Mad Father. Lumo we sold because it was so bad. It's like a puzzle game. Definitely don't recommend that. And then Mad Father is like an indie, so it's good for what it was, but I wouldn't ever play it again. That was actually all for the horrible list. I didn't play too many games I actually didn't care for this year. But these were all the ones that were like mediocre. Games are all good. Like good in their own right. Some I like more than others, but these weren't like my favorite games of the year. But these are definitely games you should check out. So now into the mid tier. First we have Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. This one is actually, it's good. I played 3 Houses first, so it was hard going back and playing Shadow Dragon. This was the second Fire Emblem I played. And on that note, we'll grab Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. This game could have easily been in the amazing category, but it was too long. Like, you have too many teams. If you've ever played Fire Emblem, you're splitting between too many people, too many teams. It needed to be shorter, and that's the main reason it got stuck in this category. Next up, we have Halo 5 Guardians, and I know this is gonna be confusing because I just stuck every other Halo in the bad category. This one I thought was a little better than the others, although there was no couch co-op. That's my biggest complaint about it. Otherwise, this one probably would have been in the amazing category. Nathan actually played all the other Halos with me. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Yeah, 1 through 4, and then ODST and Reach. They were good.
Some of the only games Nathan played this year. But Halo 5, it's good because it brings back Buck from ODST, and you get a little bit of an interesting story with Cortana, and I thought they did something different, so I thought they did a good job for this one. And we got Moonlighter, and this is just a typical dungeon crawler, but they did a really good job with it because you can build your own store and like town. And yeah, you go into your dungeons, collect stuff, and put it in your store. It's actually really fun and time consuming, and you sink all your time into it if you play it. And just like that, we have Animal Crossing. It's actually really fun. I'm sure everyone's played Animal Crossing, and I put it in the completed category of games because you can technically complete it with KK Slider in your town. So I did that. I kind of quit playing after that because I was becoming way too addicted.
Still currently playing.
Then we got Mystery Dungeon, literally a remake of Mystery Dungeon. I have the whole Kingdom Hearts collection here. I only played the first Kingdom Hearts. I played it way back in the day, didn't remember anything about it really, so played it again. Had to have help from my friend Kyle because these games are not easy. I have Death Stranding. Again, this is another one that I thought was super good, but it's for a very specific audience. If you're not into walking simulators, don't play it. We have Ty and Ty 2. I still need to play Ty 3. It is on my list. I had these back in the day when I was a kid, and Ty actually came out on the Switch, so I technically played it on the Switch again and completed it. And then I was like, dang, I really want to go through this series again. So I played Ty 2. Still need to play Ty 3. Got the Devil May Cry collection. Better than DMC. This is the first 3 games. I played all of them. They're really good. You really have to be into that style of like hack and slash to get into them. And the story's interesting, but Devil May Cry did a weird thing, especially when they like added DMC and everything. The story got kind of crazy, and like you don't know what order the games go in unless you like really get into it. So that's my biggest complaint about that. We have the Walking Dead series. I played 4 seasons plus the Michonne season in this one. They're really good. I actually love them, but I love other ones more than others. So that's kind of why it's in my medium category. Like season 4, I thought was amazing. Also, Rip Telltale. I think they might actually be coming back. I'm not sure. Code Vein. I love Code Vein, but it is so hard. It made me want to chuck my controller so many times. So if you're not into Souls games, stay away from this one. I know this is the Persona 3 and Persona 5 Dancing All Night, but it has a digital download for Persona 4. That's the one I played. So it's a good rhythm game, and if you haven't played Persona 4, I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't play the other 2 if you haven't played the other games. Got the 3 Crash games. I played all 3 of these. I beat all 3 of these, and I chucked a controller last year because of it. Had to take some time to come back and complete them this year. And Resident Evil 4. I know a lot of people will be mad about this one that it's not in like top tier, but it's good. I just don't like tank mechanics. I love Resident Evil though. This is the first one I played, and it's what got me into the series, and the others are in the top tier, so spoiler. We are now to the top tier. These are the games I played this year that I thought were just chef's kiss. We literally just talked about Resident Evil and how it got me into the series, so I want to go ahead and say Resident Evil 3.
Freaking amazing.
And I know I complained about some other games being too short, not worth the money. This game is like 6 hours, so probably not worth the money, but the game is so good. Jill Valentine is freaking awesome, and Nemesis, and it's just play Resident Evil 3. Then we got Resident Evil 2. It is also very good. I also contemplated sticking this in the medium category because I don't like playing the game over as Leon or Claire, depending on who you start with. Ultimately, I think this is a game everyone should give a chance. Oh yeah, I actually do have the collector's editions of both of these. So I got like the Leon statue and the Jill statue, and I love them. We got Persona 4 Golden. This was this the first game I played this year? The first game I beat?
Yeah, you played it around the same time I played Persona 5, which is big.
Yeah, this is the first game I beat this year actually. So it's been a while, a year. Persona 4 Golden is amazing. Like, this is one of my favorite games of all time. It's the only Persona game I've actually played besides the Dancing All Night. Yeah, everyone should give at least one of the Persona games a shot. I've seen bits and pieces of all of them. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. This could very easily be my favorite game of all time because I love Edelgard. Medieval. This one is just a blast to the past, so I guess technically I probably should have put it in like medium category, but they did so good. So good on this one, and plus if you beat the game, you can play the original game. That's awesome. Devil May Cry 5. I know we had DMC in the bad, the other 3 in the medium, but Devil May Cry 5 just did something different. It was so good. Like the colors, everything. Like even if you don't like hack and slashes, Devil May Cry 5, you can choose if you want a challenge or not. So play Devil May Cry 5. I know I said Fire Emblem 3 Houses was like my favorite game of all time, but The Last of Us. If you haven't heard of this game, you're living under a rock. And The Last of Us Part 2. Very well, my favorite game of all time. I literally have a tattoo on my arm. I have a tattoo. I don't know if that's in frame. Yeah. I have a tattoo. I have a tattoo on my arm. Those games are so good. They do everything that hasn't been done in a video game. Like they take your heart and they rip it in half. Be prepared if you play that game. Also very mixed reviews on that. I mean, it won Game of the Year, so obviously it's amazing. Then we have Fire Emblem Awakening. This one was really good, surprisingly. Like a lot of people, this is like their favorite. A lot of people's first Fire Emblem game that got them into Fire Emblem, so like I respect that. And it definitely had a lot of the elements that like transferred into 3 houses that made 3 houses so amazing, so it had to be here too. This list is full of Fire Fire Emblem Echoes, I do think was better than, this is my second favorite Fire Emblem actually. I do think it was better than Awakening, but not as good as 3 Houses, but it is so good. This is actually a remake of one of the Fire Emblems that never came over here, that was never localized. So this is actually like the second ever Fire Emblem, I think, but they like remade it and put it in America. So really fun. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Radiant Dawn's the sequel to Path of Radiance, but this one is so much better because it literally, my complaint about Radiant Dawn was it was too long. This one was the perfect length. They should have stuck with the format of this one. And then last but not least, Crash Bandicoot 4. This was actually the last game I beat. Yeah, I had to take some time off of it just like the other Crash. This one's not as rage-fueled because you have infinite lives in this one, so it was a little bit easier, and I didn't also try to like 100% it. So this is actually really fun, and if you have kids, like this game's actually amazing. All in all, I did want to say which game was my favorite I played this year and which game was my least favorite. My least favorite game of this year has to go to Control. So bad. But my favorite is The Last of Us. Obviously, it touched me enough that I got a tattoo on my arm forever. So obviously I'm gonna give my top award to my favorite game of all time.
And also we're talking about the fact you literally played it for 24 hours straight almost.
When it came out, I got off work and I stayed up all night, and at 5 a.m. I took a nap and started playing it again at 6 a.m. and beat it in like one go through. That was pretty awesome. Also, I played it twice this year, so technically like I had it on my list twice. I'm also currently playing BioShock. I was hoping to have it done by the end of this video. So far, I'm loving it. So all you BioShock fans out there, I know there's probably quite a few because BioShock's really popular and it came out like forever ago. I'm playing it and it's good.
Anyways, guys, this video was mostly Elijah's. If you'd like to see more of Elijah focused videos, she's much better a gamer than I am. I guess I'm more the anime editor. I don't know. But thank you guys again for watching. We'll see you guys in the next LGN video.
When the heat is on, don't I make it?